Welcome to Chef Special Week 7. We're doing it, Scott. Good to see you.
Back at it, baby. Good to see you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How's your week been?
Pretty good. It's kind of slow. We got back this weekend from our intramural basketball regional tournament, and everybody's just been like relaxing and catching up on schoolwork. So it's been kind of boring for me, but kind of
Dude,
relaxing at the same
I've
time.
had so much schoolwork. I mean, I've had people, they put out assignments the week before spring break. I'm leaving tomorrow on spring break, essentially. I got one class on Friday. I'm going to do it via Zoom. But they gave us two writing assignments due this weekend, and then I have two writing assignments due next weekend. So I'm going to spend most of my spring break working on schoolwork. I
Oh, that
mean, they
doesn't
don't
sound
have.
like fun.
I know they don't give us schoolwork all semester, and then they wait till right before spring break to start dishing it out. So
See, I feel like that's the same way with here. Like all my guys that I hang out with, they're about to go on spring break next week as well, and they're like, "Oh, we have so much work we have to do." I'm like, "Y'all haven't had this much work like all semester."
I know. I don't know why they do that. I mean, I get it if there's like a midterm or something, but we don't even have midterms. They just give us like writing assignments. So like practice midterms or practice for finals. They're like somewhat like a midterm for some classes, but other ones are like just writing memos and stuff. But I don't know. I'm in law school. I
Yeah.
shouldn't be complaining, I guess. All right, let me hear about your song.
All right, so your song from last week was "Better Off" by Hayden Kaufman. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this song. It had a good beat to it. I'll have to say this might be the first song that gets added to a playlist. I don't know what
A
playlist, but it
playlist.
might get added to a playlist on my phone.
Right, right. You can add it right next to No Trends by Mike Dimes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Now that song is actually pretty good too. I enjoyed the song more than any other song you've given me. It had low points and high points. The lyrics were like not bad. They weren't just all about shooting people and all this kind of stuff, all other gang related activity you send me. But yeah, it's a pretty good song. So I also agree that I will probably listen to the song again at some point, or at least recognize it if I hear it in public. Where the other
yeah.
songs I may not. Actually,
We're kind
I
of
heard 556 Green Tip on like Instagram Reels yesterday.
yeah.
I was like, this is not the song he said was Instagram Reel song. I don't think you said it was another
No,
song. That was the week before, maybe.
no, but the Green Tip 556 that is a TikTok sound,
Yeah, it
which I
is.
guess you could say is a that you could say is Instagram real
Well,
sound too.
I just avoided TikTok altogether because
Yeah. I'm gonna get you on TikTok
no,
before
no, 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 no.
the
The
year
only way you
ends.
get me on TikTok is you get this podcast on TikTok, and then maybe I have a reason to be on there. But until you start producing some TikTok content, I ain't got no reason to be on there.
All right, by the end of the year, I'll have you on TikTok. Mark my words.
End of the year. It's March, buddy. 9 months.
Yeah, I gotta have time. I gotta
Uh,
get creative with the content.
all right, all right, all right. Whatever. I'll give you a pass. I'll give you a pass. All right, let's jump right into it. We'll get into topic one. This is your topic of choice. NFL offseason. Lots of trades going on. Contracts being signed. Let me hear what you got.
Man, let me tell you. All right, so first off, let's just start with the first one. We have Aaron Rodgers going back to Green Bay after everybody said he was going to be gone, not coming back to Green Bay. A lot of people thought he might be going to Denver because Denver's in need of a quarterback, which they got one. We'll get that in a second. But a 4-year, $200 million contract he signed.
He's just not worth that much at the age he's at.
That's what I was saying.
And like maybe Green Bay just realized they couldn't find anything better, and they might as well just like the fans are still going to show up. They're still going to buy his jersey. 4 more years in the league for Aaron Rodgers also puts him in like conversation with Tom Brady's like statistics and stuff if he performs. So like that makes sense, I guess. And like they looking at like maybe the third or fourth year of his contract, he's like selling things because of
Yeah.
who he is at that point, not because he's playing good. But
I just don't
yeah,
understand why do you sign him back to a 4-year, $200 million contract if you have Jordan Love, who you drafted in the first round?
I was about to say they drafted a quarterback last year in the first
Yeah,
round, and I don't know. Thought I don't know. Aaron Rodgers, I guess, did also a good job like making a drama out of nothing last year,
that's
so
true.
that he gained a bunch of publicity. He also dates a bunch of movie stars, which gains publicity or whatever. L.A. type people. I don't know if they're movie stars, whatever they do.
All right, we'll go on to the next big one. Of this one was today. The Colts trade away Carson Wentz. So the Colts
Oh
are
yeah,
trading Carson Wentz to the Washington Commanders. The Colts are getting a 2022 third round pick, a 2023 third round pick, but that third round pick could get turned into a second round if Wentz plays 70% of the plays this season. They also
Turns
get
into a what?
so it turns from a 2023 third round to a 2023 second round
Okay.
if he plays 70% of the plays. And they also get a 2022 second round. So they get 2 draft picks in this year's draft and 1 next year.
It sounds like a great deal. Like Carson Wentz is not worth much. The picks that they just gave up, not worth much. I think that the trade is perfectly fine, and the Commanders are going to suck either way, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, they got Wentz and they got a 2022 second round pick.
Yeah, so they're perfectly fine. They got the better end of the deal. The Colts got a great deal because they get that trash off their hands. So be it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you really want to tell me about, though.
The saddest news of them all, man. The saddest news of them all. My Seattle Seahawks are trading Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos. The Seahawks are going full rebuild mode, and it's just heartbreaking. So Denver gets Russell Wilson and a 4th round pick this year, while Seattle gets Drew Lock, Noah Fant, who's a tight end, defensive lineman Shelby Harris, which I'm okay with because we need a D-line. But this is when the kickers start to come in. We get 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th round pick. Now, in what I've seen
what
so
year
far,
is this? An upcoming draft?
That's what they haven't put out what year. So I'm thinking at least like one of each of these will be in this year, maybe this year and next year's draft. But I mean, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a 5th round. I mean, I hate to see Russell leave, but if you're going
they got
full
a ton
rebuild,
of picks,
which they are,
they really did.
You're doing good. And also the side note, they also let go of Bobby Wagner, who was with Russell the day he stepped foot on campus at Seattle. They walked in on the same day. Now they're both gone on the same day. And now Seattle is down to 0 players from their Super Bowl team.
That's crazy. But yeah, full rebuild mode. Don't know that it's a quarterback year in the market, to be completely honest, in the draft, but next year could be, and maybe it is. I don't know. A few of them are kind of good, but I guess people think that all the time, and the quarterbacks turn out just okay. Anyway, all right, next topic. Brittany Griner. What an idiot. Just an idiot.
Okay, so have you looked at this, like, not like really in depth, but have you looked at this?
I don't know much about it, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I just know that she went to Russia. She had drugs, hash in her luggage at the airport, and now she's been detained for going on like a couple weeks.
See, but the way I took that the same way, but I think they're just making it a lot bigger than it actually is. Like, because they put out like she was like carrying drugs. Like, okay, it sounds making it sound like she's smuggling.
It's not so much that she had a whole lot of drugs. I don't think anybody's concerned about Brittany Griner doing drugs because everybody, like, not everybody, but tons of athletes do drugs and get away with it, right? It's more so the fact that she's in Russia and has any minuscule amount of drugs in her bag in the middle of while the country is at war.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's just weed carts. I thought they were literally just like dab pen carts.
I don't know what hash is. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not really sure, but
neither am I. But I'm saying, like, I swear I thought I read on a post that she had cartons on her.
That she may have had carts too, but the drug that they were highlighting in all the articles I was talking about was something called hash.
I don't know what that is.
But the reason she was in Russia though is because they tried to flip the story, you know, in favor of Brittany Griner to be like, oh, yeah, this is her second job. She can't make enough money in the WNBA because women's basketball players don't get paid enough. So, like, she's working a second job. Like, this is why she was in Russia. Like, fine, you're in Russia because you have a second job. And don't make us pity because nobody shows up to your basketball game so you can't get paid anymore. But don't have drugs in a country that is at war and, like, is in opposition to us.
Yeah, strike number one.
Chocolate's unconfirmed. Hash is basically
weed. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just stupid. Why would you jeopardize anything?
Well, I just also people are like, oh, if this was a LeBron James, then the America would be over there with SEAL Team 6 trying to get him out of jail or whatever. Like, bullcrap. Like,
If it was
You don't think they're not
not
trying to help
LeBron,
this
if it
girl
was
get out of jail?
if
And
it
then
was
they're trying to.
Jordan, yes,
It
not
doesn't.
LeBron
No,
though.
come on, come on. Let's not do that. But the same point exists. Like you can't flip the story and make it about something that it's not. It's like she made a bad decision. Like let her
Yeah,
feel
she messed
feel the
up.
fall for it. Like she's in jail in Russia. Like get over it. Get a lawyer and figure it out while you're there.
Yeah,
You'll be there a while.
exactly.
Sounds like so. I don't know.
God, that
Poor
must
decision
suck, dude.
making and like don't make this a problem with you having to have a second job because you don't pull tickets at your
I say that
games.
must suck. You go to your second job in a country that's at war right now, and you get locked up, and you're
Yeah.
just stranded.
Absolutely sad. All right, next one. Get a degree. So you have a college degree, I have a college degree. Do you think that your degree, you may not, you don't really haven't seen the fruit of it at all, if there is any, but do you think it's useful to get a college degree? And I guess we'll just talk undergrad for the moment.
Um, if I'm gonna be honest, I'd say probably not in today's time. No,
I mean, just
I
I
mean
felt
to an
like I wasted
extent,
4 years of my life going
to
to
an
undergrad.
extent, to an extent of if you are not going in a certain field, to like nursing, teaching, where you
But
have
do
to
you
be
need a 4 year
cohort.
degree program? Why don't you just have a specific, like you go straight from high school, like a 1 or 2 year college maybe, and then you go to nursing school and you're like undergrad degree doesn't matter. Same thing, law school. Why did I go to school for 4 years in any education field to go to law school? Like I have an engineering degree. I didn't need that in law school. Like the stuff
Oh yeah,
that Chocolate Son does for pharmacy school, like he probably could have done it on a 2 year program if all of the coursework was focused on what he wanted to do in grad school. Same thing for you. If all of the coursework was focused on HR stuff, then maybe you have a 2 year program that you go. But a 4 year program with a bunch of BS classes are just not necessary for a job or success. Not that a degree at all is necessary for success. Like if I had the motivation to start a company or like do anything on my own coming out of college with some confidence, I could probably have made it just fine. I could have got a job, made plenty of money. I mean, I think I've
yeah.
built a lot of maturity and knowledge through college that's external to my education through the leadership I've had in organizations. But in no way have I felt like my degree has contributed to anything at all.
No, that's like I love listening to teachers be like, oh, you will take this skill to your job and you will change the job. Like that was one big thing that our teachers at my college would say. They'd be like, we're doing this because this you could take this and it can make your company that you work for like make something that they do inside the company faster. I'm like, they're not going to listen to some 25-year-old who is coming in here telling you they need to change their 50-year thing that they've done and it works completely fine.
No,
That's just not going to happen.
yeah, the best professor I had in all of undergrad was actually a college professor I had at GMC when I was like doing dual enrollment classes, or the one that I felt like taught me the most life skills from the class topic that wasn't really relevant to anything I was going to do in the future. Taking a
Wait,
biology
who?
class with Mr. Fairbrass, questionable guy,
Ugh.
cheated on his wife, whatever happened there, but
Rip.
he basically said that people hire you because you learn how to think differently, not because you learn something that's applicable on the job. You have a greater level of thinking, and you know how to creatively think and think more critically about difficult situations because you've been put through difficult education. But if the education is not very difficult, then like it doesn't really separate people going into the job force, especially when like some people had an easy A and some people didn't. I don't know. I'm very much not on board with get a degree, and I think that I could have went to law school straight out of high school and been just as well off, or maybe after a 1 or 2 years of college and been just fine. And a lot of
Yeah.
people going into the workforce in that 4 year period, you're in a degree, would have learned more in the job in the workforce, and then at the 5th year, where it would have been their first year outside of school, would have been more prepared to continue working
Yeah.
in that
I
same job.
totally,
You know what I'm trying
I
to say?
totally agree. Yeah. No,
Because you
I
learn on
totally
the
agree with
job.
that.
Learn on the job. All
Yeah.
right,
You learn doing that.
ready?
Yep. Let's get it.
Onward. Afterlife, baby.
Oh, God. What?
Oh God. All right. Do you believe in afterlife? You believe there is an
uh,
afterlife, or however you want to put it. Thoughts on
oh,
the afterlife?
yes.
You believe there is an afterlife? Do you
Yes.
believe that it's questionable as to what it is? Do you like have a concrete idea? Do you like you hardly founded in your religion? What is your take on that?
I believe that it's there, but let's see. I'm trying to think how to put this. Um, but I don't know what it is. If that makes sense.
So let's just say you're not on board with the straightforward heaven and hell response.
No, I mean, yeah, it could be.
Could be, yeah.
But what I'm thinking of right now is like reincarnation. Like, does that actually happen? Because like the theory. Like, I don't know if you heard this theory or not. But like, do you have a birthmark?
No, I have a red spot on my forehead right here that like gets really red before other spots on my body. And when I was growing up, that was what I consider my birthmark, or my mom did, because it was red for most of my life. But anyway,
Okay,
continue.
so there's a theory that wherever you have a birthmark at, so like that would be your head. That's how you died in your last life. So you got capped.
So if you don't have one, you just die of old age.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have one then.
Okay, so then yeah, you just died of old age.
So like, I either got bonked in my forehead, or I have just died of old age.
Yeah, but I like people that have them like on their like will have them like on their sides or like on their arm stuff, and they're like, "This is where I got shot and bled out."
Interesting. I don't. That's a hot take, but yes, reincarnation is an idea that I think that, or even the caste system, like kind of mixed in there, where you like based off how well you lived your last life, you jump to this like status in your next life kind of thing. Um, Interesting idea. Not saying I don't believe in it, honestly. I do believe there's like a heaven and hell. I just don't know uh, if I believe that it's necessarily hell or heaven is like now or later. Maybe what if we're in heaven now
Yeah.
and we're going to hell because of the way we lived in heaven, or vice versa. Like this is hell and we're gonna go to heaven and we can either come back to earth and live a life again, or we could go to heaven because we've like lived a life worthy of being in heaven. Um, yeah, and also
What if they give you? What if they give you an option, like you die, and then you think you wake up and it's like pick a character. Like would you be a human again or would you be an animal?
I would be a human. Humans are so
I,
like alpha to every animal on land. In water, different story, but on land, yes.
I think I would pick animal.
What would you be?
It's a wiener dog, bro. What?
You just love your dog too much.
I do.
Not a
Shout
chance.
out Smokey.
Not a chance. I
Shout out
choose to be a
Smokey.
dog. Some dogs maybe, but the odds that you get stuck in a very bad situation as a dog, I think, is pretty high.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I don't know. I just think you could be very. It could be a really crappy situation if you reincarnated as a dog fighter's dog, a dog in a third world country. I don't know.
Okay, like a dog is a house pet. I would reincarnate myself into my own dog.
You can't pick. You said human, or you're automatically
okay.
in control of your life if you're a human. All right.
Yeah.
Next one. Hot movies. You're telling me that there's a lot of movies you've been watching lately that you think that I should see.
Yes.
Or ones you want to see. There are some in
Both.
theaters that are good. I think I haven't seen any of them. I might take Twizzler on a date in the next week to the movies if she's lucky. We'll see.
Okay, well, the movies that I'm thinking of definitely probably not like I would say like cute date movies. They're just like, oh, we're going to the movies.
Me?
So like,
What are you talking
yeah,
about?
like I'm talking about. You said you might take her out on a date to a movie. Like
No,
most of these
just be like,
movies,
hey, do you want to go to a movie? I mean, the odds that she's like says yes to some action movies probably not very good, but
it's true.
she might say yes to Batman. Batman seems like it could be good. It's 3 hours
Oh
long.
my
Though.
gosh, bro! Don't get me started. I haven't seen it yet. It came out last week, and I'm losing my mind to go see it.
I know one of my friends asked to go see it and then went by herself to see it instead of with a group of friends. I was like, why didn't we all just go together like we said we were going to? But whatever. What other movies you been watching?
So I haven't seen Jackass Forever. I want to see that.
This is in theaters.
Oh, it was in theaters.
Okay.
It was like more of the beginning of the year. Batman now, or that's out now. Definitely want to see it. I heard it got like a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like everybody is crazy about it, saying it's so good. Morbius.
Morbius. Yeah, that's a Marvel movie. I want to see that one too.
Yeah, that one looks fire. Twizzler might want to see Legally Blonde 3. I kind of want to see that. I've seen the other two, so
I
I'm
haven't
kind of
seen the
in on
second
that
one.
one.
We watched the first one together. I haven't seen the second one.
Definitely want to see that one. Another one coming out. I don't know when. I think it's coming out later this year. Jurassic World Domain. I don't know how to say the last one. Just Jurassic Park, the
Jurassic
new one.
Park. They're like
Yeah,
hundreds of them.
yeah, that one's gonna be fire. Halloween Ends. That definitely will come out, of course, on Halloween, or at least in the month of October.
Yeah.
I've seen all of those. Those are fire. Oh, the one that I've watched this movie 3 times now in 3 days. I watched it when I was at Southern. I watched it the day I got back with my mom and dad, and then I watched it the other night when I was at my friend's house. Netflix, Medea's Homecoming.
Medea.
You
You've
need,
watched Medea 3 days in a row.
bro, it's so
You
funny.
just like I was waiting for you to tell me some movie I never heard about or something that's good. You said Medea.
It's Medea's Homecoming.
Okay.
It's a whole new movie,
What if Medea went away? Nobody would care.
bro. Everybody would care, bro. I'm telling you, you need to watch this movie. This movie will have you rolling. My mom, and my dad laughed so hard, and then literally the next day, I was over at Jackson's, and I was like, let's watch something. He was like, all right, what? And we were scrolling through and it popped up and I was like, I watched this last night. It's so funny. I will watch it again. He was like, all right, let's watch it. And we literally died laughing for like the first 45 minutes. Like we couldn't stop laughing.
No, not happening. Not watching Medea. It's
Bro,
on
you
Netflix?
have
On
to.
Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
All right, I'll avoid it.
You don't even have to
Thank you.
pay for it.
I'm glad I don't have to pay for it because I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
Uncultured.
I don't have to.
Uncultured.
Oh, whatever. All right, go to the next one. All right, we went to a military school in high school. We both made it
Hoorah.
five years. Did you have a high school reunion? I don't know. Weren't you supposed to? You're already 5 years out.
I'm already 5 years out, but I don't think we had anything.
Interesting.
I don't think they start doing things until like 10 years or like make a big deal out of it until like 10
We had
years.
these like letters we had to write each other like at the alumni house that we were gonna get when we had our 5 year reunion when we go back for the alumni parade. Which my alumni parade should be this upcoming year. So the boys and I are gonna go terrorize it. Might go drunk or something.
See, they didn't do that with our class. They started all that stuff after we graduated. So like
that's
y'all
because
class
we
was, like,
raised so
first
much
class.
money for the endowment fund. They were all like happy. They're like, let's do
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah, y'all raised money while they handed us the papers. We took them and wiped our butts with them and then gave them back.
Endowment fund also questionable. Not a big fan of the endowment fund, to be completely honest. But anyway, military school. The main question that I want to ask you before we continue talking about our experiences as alumni was, do you think it's benefited you in any way beyond being there?
I mean, like, yes and no. Yes is in the sort of like you were very structured and organized on like you had to be here and here at this times. You had to wear this uniform on this day, that uniform on that day. Teachers were very strict about due dates.
Yeah.
They weren't really lenient, which I mean, but I kind of like felt like going into that, like I feel like I was like, I'm not gonna say like raised that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't like strictly raised.
Yeah.
But like I just feel like I've always been that kind of person to be like organized and just like keeping just really organized and like having everything together. But I mean, I feel like it helped out a lot in middle school and high school, and then just kind of just carried on into college. So I mean, I guess yeah, it was helpful.
So you just think it's like the organizational skills and cleanliness type stuff you've like carried over a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think for me it was more of like I think in public school I would have not been afforded the opportunities that I got out of there. I could have gotten better opportunities for what I was going into high school or coming out of high school, but I got better opportunities from going to this military school. It made me want to work harder. It put me in a situation to get into college where I wanted to go. It put me in a position to be where I am now. There have been an ample amount of networking opportunities come from it. The people I met there were of higher quality in the long term for careers than many of the people I probably would have ended up being around in public schools. And I think that those opportunities have been nice. Do I think I would have been fine in public school? Yeah, like I'd have been fine. I would have went to college and it'd have been okay. But do I think my experience could have been better and I could have been more opportunistic? Most likely, if I could have went to a school that offered me better options. Like, I could have gotten to a better school than Tennessee, but like we weren't
That
really.
was like your dream school,
Yeah, it
though.
was my dream school, and we weren't really pushed to do anything better than that if it wasn't a military academy.
Yeah,
So like I hated that we weren't pushed to apply to Ivy League schools, or we weren't pushed to apply to schools that were of that quality that were elsewhere in the country. Like, they didn't really push you to apply outside of Georgia most of the time.
I feel like that's like no one's looking at that like in our like area.
Yeah, but the counselor should be. She should be looking out for those one or two students in every class who have the ability to do that.
That's true.
You change a kid's life when he goes there. Like
Yeah,
when you go to these schools, like the opportunities you get from it when you say certain school names is
yeah,
something none of us were ever afforded because of the closed mindedness of the military school.
true, true.
But anyway, all right. Well, you got a song for this week?
Yes, I do have a song, and I can go ahead and tell you you are going to hate it.
Nice, nice, nice. I probably can tell by the title, so let me hear it.
The title is Yam, YAM, and it's by Shark Boy featuring Yeet, YEAT. Now I will tell you, Yeet is popping off right now in the hip hop world. Yeet is popping off. He is rising in the charts.
I Scott. Is Yam all capitalized? It sounds like it should be all capitalized or like Y.A.M all capitalized.
No, I'm pretty sure Y.A.M is a Kanye song. No, that's Ham, I think.
That's
It's definitely Ham. Definitely Ham. This is Yam.
Ham. They're all like Thanksgiving foods. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
But yeah, so this week we have a featuring Yeet. Next week, I'll give you a song that's just by Yeet.
just by Yeet. Okay. All right. This week for you, I got Bar Friends by Restless Road.
Bar Friends, Restless Road. Okay.
I don't think I'm
The title, I kind of like the title.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning in a good direction. I'm starting off kind of positive.
I mean, it's
We'll
kind of
see.
it's kind of like the song a few weeks ago, whichever one, the one about the hometown,
The slow one.
the hometown bar thing.
Yeah, I know what you're
What
talking
makes
about.
you think of Velvet?
Years,
Yeah,
but I wish it
it's
was.
kind of like
I wish it
that.
was a little bit.
It's
speed
a
up.
similar
Okay.
vibe. This one's a little higher vibe though. It's like a little more fast paced.
Okay.
It's more like the
Okay.
song you heard last week.
Okay. Well, I might be liking this one. Might be number
Maybe
2
so,
added
maybe
to the
so.
list.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, I'll see you next week. We will try to do it on Sunday night. If we can't, we might have to
Yes.
go to Monday just because spring breaks next week and I won't be here in Columbus at my computer. But if we do, then week 8 will just be a little bit late. But we'll try to get it live if we can, and then we'll have a short turnaround for week 9.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Be
you
safe.
didn't even mention the hoodie you made.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah,
Yes.
we're cooking up something over here at the chef's special. Let's
Boom.
make sure I can get this on
Look at
camera.
it. It looks good,
So appreciate it. We're working on it. We're gonna get you one here in a week or two,
Scott.
and
Yeah.
then we'll be in the talks about maybe pushing some of these out.
What color's
to
mine?
some-
Black, white, what color? Pink, or blue?
whichever color you want. We'll get you whatever color you want, and then we'll slowly we'll start talking about colors to push out. Because I've posted these on our page, on our Instagram, on the story. I've also posted on my Snapchat, and I've already had a couple of people slide and be like, "Hey, I need one."
All right. We'll get them out there soon. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for working on that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'll see you next week. Have
Yes,
a good
sir. Be
week.
safe. Have a good spring break, my guy.
Will do. See you, Scoot. Cook
See
it
ya, man.
up.